So I posted this on my story about 5 or so minutes ago. Maybe like 6 or 7 minutes ago. Yeah, I did that on purpose. But the reason why I posted that is because I just got out of a conversation with a good friend of mine. And we were talking about what the two different sides of lukewarm Christianity, one of which is living in sin woefully and using the Bible to justify your wrong actions. That's a part of it. But then there's also lukewarm Christianity that allows you to sit in the pedestal and not actively live out, in the sense of actively walking in your calling, being diligent and listening to God and living in obedience, more than just not sinning. Because a lot of people don't sin and they're still comfortable. They sit in the pews and they don't move, nothing grows, nothing changes. They're the most in their life, the most powerful thing in their life that's going to show up is the fact that they sat in a pew and they were consistent in going to that same church body. Now, do I think that going to church is a bad thing? Absolutely not. But it is a bad thing when you treat church or you treat your walk with God as a reward system. It can't be that way. It just cannot be that way. When you treat the end reward of heaven as a reward system, here are some things that tend to happen. Number one, like I mentioned earlier, you become stuck. You become comfortable. You don't learn and you don't grow. You go to church. You do your good tidings. You tithe. You don't sin. You follow the 10 Commandments. You pray. You read the Bible. But you don't share. You don't evangelize when God leads you to. You don't share what the Lord puts on your heart to share with other people. 9 times out of 10, you ignore the voice of the Lord. That's the consequence of treating your relationship with God as a reward system. He's coming back for a bride that loves him, not for a people that just wants to go to heaven. My phone ran out of storage, so that's my bad. But he does not want a people that just wants what he has. The reason why he calls us his bride is because we are supposed to love him and love him earnestly. Earnestly. That means denying what other people may think or know him as. Unfortunately, in today's church, we have shifted. Actually, we have allowed the devil to shift our perception of God so much in regards to his power and his authority, but in also how he operates. And it's honestly scary. I'm doing all this unlearning right now, and I've been saved. I've been walking with God since I was old enough to be conscious. And I'm grateful that God is opening my eyes. But I pray that as you watch these videos, that you don't just get offended, because I'm doing this all in love. I'm trying to bring this to your attention in hopes that you can realize how much more of God there is. And hopefully you don't become one of those people who God says, I never knew. That's my why. And that will always be my why. So, I love you all. And, yeah, I pray this opens your eyes and blessed you. In Jesus' name.